as we wrap up a first half of the season ahead of the bye for the Arizona Cardinals, 6-4. Where do the Arizona Cardinals go from here? Do they have an MVP caliber quarterback in Kyler Murray? Can Kyler Murray, Jonathan Gannon, and company make head in this NFC West and potentially win it in the second half? Bo, I'm going to start with you. What do the Arizona Cardinals, now knowing what you know, need to do with the final 7 games to win the NFC West in 2024?
They need to continue to keep their foot on the pedal, right? They need to keep their foot on the gas and move forward, and I think get healthier at some key positions, like their defensive front. If they can get, Darius Robinson back, that can be a game changer. You already see a team that's maybe undermanned in the defensive front 7 that's overperforming, and they're what they're able to do as their overall defense and keep opposing offenses out of the end zone is already spectacular. And then to do that in some key matchups coming up in your division, you're going to need it. And if you can get a big game record potentially like Darius Robinson, that's going to be huge. And then you get healthier at the right tackle spot. As great as we've seen from Grandpa and Calvin Beachum and holding down that right tackle spot so consistently the last couple of weeks, I think you're going to get you're going to get somebody who's going to be able to stonewall, edge rushers coming off that side of the line, and Jonah Williams back in the lineup, and Kyler Murray is going to be able to have even more time to do whatever he wants in the pocket, extend plays, and find his playmakers. So I mean, they're getting healthier in the trenches, which is a great sign. And it just continue to take care of business against these middle of the road teams to below average teams. Like, they just haven't had those slip ups yet. Like, they've lost to good football teams, and that's fine. You want to see them kind of get over the hump there with that. But as long as they're taking care of business against these bad teams, they're going to be in a really good shape going forward.
I agree with Bo. I think the help you're going to get back with, D-Rob and Jonah Williams is going to be crucial on both sides of the line. But consistency is the key for this team right now, especially in the way that they're trending. And then this offense continuing to grow, right? Continuing to keep taking the steps to go up, right? We don't need to see like this tremendous shift like up here. Just one day at a time, one play at a time, getting better every week. And I think this team, like we said it multiple times already, this is a team that should win 10 games this year. And I think consistency is going to play a key factor in that, and just not beating themselves. This team can win a lot of games as long as they're smart. They play smart. That was one of BA's biggest things, right? Smart football, right? If you play smart football, the odds of you coming out with a W are tremendously higher. So I would agree. I think the help they're going to get back on both sides of the line, plus just staying consistent on offense and defense as well, right? They've played tremendous these last couple of weeks defensively. You said overproducing what anybody could possibly imagine with what you have on that defensive front. So the big word is just consistent. Just stay consistent week in, week out, and play smart ball.
Counting the 7 games remaining, the Cardinals will have a distinct quarterback advantage in every game, minus, if you want to say, at LA against the Rams. Stafford, give him his due, Super Bowl champion. Outside of that, it's a lot of Geno, Sam Darnold, who has turned into a pumpkin, Drake May, Bryce Young, and Brock Purdy at State Farm Stadium in the finale. That's got to make you feel good. That's the reason why I think this team's going to win the NFC West. 7 games left. Yes, 4 of them on the road. You're going to have the coaching advantage in a lot of those games, and you're going to have the quarterback advantage every time you turn on your TV, save for, week 18, 17 at LA. And who knows what the state of the Rams is going to be at that point anyway. So that's why I feel confident. You want to see the continued maturation process of Marvin Harrison Jr. I still think Marvin has another level. I think we all agree on that. Like a very modest, 50 to 60 yards, stay in a touchdown. Pretty soon you're going to start seeing like Trey McBride, 70, 80, 90 yards on consistent basis. I think one of the most encouraging facets of Marvin's game today, 5 targets, 5 catches, no nonsense. Catching the ball, bringing it back in, making big plays for his teammates. I thought his touchdown, Bo, in the second quarter was really the knockout punch for the New York Jets and the Arizona Cardinals today. So, I mean, it's crazy we're sitting here. And who would have thought, especially at 2-4, we were sitting at Gila River Resorts and Casinos and talking about a team maybe facing another lost year. They've rattled off 4 straight. They are who their record is. And, Bo, now that they put themselves in a position, if they win the NFC West this year, I mean, you talk about springboarding this fan base into the future we could be looking at a very special era of Cardinal football on the horizon.
Yeah, and ahead of schedule, right? I mean, ahead of schedule. Just 2 draft classes under their belt, and guys coming out of year 1 and going into year 2, and guys in year 1 that are producing, making big plays for this team. I mean, you had Rabbit Taylor Demerson break up a pass against Davante Adams. Like, you had guys that were going up against Sauce Gardner and Marvin Harrison Jr. and winning those battles one-on-one. Like, they've got guys that can win consistently. And that's a testament to, I think Monty Ossenfort, his scouting department, and putting together, the right mix of young players that are bought into Jonathan Gannon, Nick Rollis, and Drew Petzing's systems, and are ready to go and are going to stay hungry here in this bye week and come out of the gates and realize what's in front of them on the road in Seattle, a place that Britton and his teams love to go up into the Pacific Northwest and win football games. And I think that this team's going to get a similar taste for it when they come out of the bye week in week 12.
We all silly like the mayor.